Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Music Nucleus here with your host, Denis, every Thursday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. I'm just here, chilling. I had a long day at work, so, bear with me. My knees a little messed up, a little in pain, but, we're gonna work through this. And some points I want to bring up to you guys is music that doesn't have to be good. I'll be talking about R&B and its current day influence. I'll be talking about our summer playlist and then hitting another rewind back on spring. Because if we're being honest, spring just recently started towards the near end of March, if I'm not mistaken. I am just the type of person, like I said, to get ahead of myself. Same with my playlist. I'll be done with my spring playlist before even spring arrives, and I'll be thinking about summertime. But that's just me yearning for future and past, struggling to end up in the present, sonically. But yeah, guys, I'll just catch you in a little bit. I'm just gonna put you on a quick, short commercial break, and we'll be right back. Hello, hello, hello. We are back on Music Nucleus, radio show Thursdays 3 to 4 p.m. every Thursday. Aside from last week, we was on spring break, but besides that, I'm here. I want to start off right talking about music and just the seasons, right? How sound changes with time. Um, Depending on the time of year, I don't know about you guys, but I'll naturally switch sounds without realizing. Usually wintertime is gonna be slower, more emotional and introspective music. And then towards spring and summer, it's a lot lighter, brighter, a bit more energy. I still always tend to keep my like emotional music very close to me. No matter what the season, but there's certain seasons that will have certain like projects. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'll still have the same artist, but maybe in wintertime I'll listen to one specific album by one group, and then in the summertime I'll listen to a whole other album. Like Bad Bunny, bro. Like Bad Bunny has a Un Verano Sin Ti, bro. Like that album is it just sounds like summertime, right? But I wouldn't play it outside of summertime unless maybe springtime. Cause I'd be reaching that point where, like, honestly, we live in Florida. You can go to the beach during springtime. I don't know. It may be a little breezy, but not really. At this current time frame, I haven't really felt much of a breeze. I think it's a little chilly in the mornings, but that goes away real quick during the afternoon. So yeah, you guys could hit the beach, and so like that's why I think I frame it in that sense. But at the same time, the same song will hit completely different depending on what season you're in. So like if I listen to the same song, it won't be the same aspects. Like I won't focus on this, maybe lyricism is what I focus on during the spring and summertime for a specific song, but then in the wintertime I'll focus on the instrumental. I just, do you guys do that too? Like, do you change your music with the weather? I don't know, like, I kind of do. And another thing is, like, some of the songs I even listen to, it doesn't have to be good, like, only good for, like, a specific moment, right? Some songs that are, like, perfect for moments, right, would be, I want to pull up this playlist I have. This is an old playlist, mind you, so keep in mind, don't judge, but like just most, like, I guess Tyler the Creator, like Flower Boy, right? I don't go out of my way to listen to Flower Boy, but if I'm in a field, right, if I'm at the park, I think that's the vibe that's the vibe I'm gonna listen to. I'm gonna listen to Flower Boy. It's just vibes. Was it something I said about Mikey? That isn't a song I particularly find good. I kind of outgrew it, but if I was sitting in the right place, whether it be, having to hang out with friends and, having a picnic or whatever, anything like that, that be a song I play, even though I wouldn't go out of my way to listen to this song. Most of Omar Apollo stuff, this is like, I'm looking at my old stuff. I'm just letting you guys know this is very like old, like I'm streamlining. Like I'm a big fan of these certain artists. It may not sound too like too out the way, but like Water Slice, right? Water Slice is an indie band level. I found them in I think late middle school, like 8th grade, 9th grade, right? This is where I found my music before I started genuinely finding music like outside. And this is how I found Steve Lacy in like 7th grade or like 6th grade. But so this is the dichotomy of me is Trash Gang. I don't know if you guys know the YouTube channel Trash put me on to the, like, I guess, rock, rap, whatever you want to call it. I find it corny to call it that or anything, but like that's how I discovered Suicide Boys, like X, like members on. Actually, no, I didn't discover X or that. My cousin actually put me on. Shout out, Ricky. Yeah, he put me on a even Juice WRLD before Juice WRLD was popping. Like he put me on a Juice WRLD. And I remember being mad after the fact because I went to go listen to music. And mind you, at this time I was pretty like lame in my style, right? I didn't have any style. Like, I think I just had like I was a basic kid, you know what I'm saying? I think I was still wearing clothes from like middle school, like 6th grade, like joggers and stuff and like just t-shirts. But he's like, oh, you would like Juice WRLD. And I listened to his music and I thought this is so like emotional, like emo. And I kind of got offended. I'm like, bro, you think I don't like rock with you rock? Like, I don't know. I was a little offended. Because at the time I was like strictly like, I guess like strictly trap music still. So yeah, but lo and behold, like I ended up really enjoying Juice WRLD later on. But like radio department, The Radio Department is a great wintertime band, in my opinion. I love Radio Department. Certain Drake songs only fit for like wintertime, you know? Like, what's that one where he's like masked up? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Man, my brain is fried. Dark Lane Demo Tapes. Dark Lane Demo Tapes is such a winter coded like album or EP, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, but then I go and I listen to Views during like spring/summertime. Views is such a good project, bro. I love Views and More Life. Those are probably my top two Drakes. And that's hard to say because there's so many hits too, man. Like a care package is crazy. A lot of Drake. You know, I'm not Team Drake. I just wanna clarify that, but his singing is so good. It's beautiful. I can't ever like escape that. That's something I can't admit. Another artist, man, Cloud. Cloud is a spring artist for me, honestly. Shelly is such a beautiful, like, bright band, right? Y'all know Shelly is Claro's, the band that like Claro and Claude and this other artist, I forgot his name, but they all created, I think, in like the college dorm room and like dropped one little like project and then just vanished. And then I think last year, almost coming up to a year. No, like last summer they dropped another project and it was beautiful. And, you know, just it had the same beautiful, like it wasn't the same stylistically, like it was of course a more evolved sound, but the core, like the heart of what Shelly kind of represented for me, and like the sound never left, and like it was just a nice little, I think like 3-song little EP, which is fine honestly. Like I can feed all. Like some artists really don't need much to impress anybody. You know, can we say that honestly? Like there's like that's how I feel. Certain artists can retire. I feel that way about Frank Ocean, even though people are so hurt and want him to drop something so bad. They're like, I miss Frank Ocean. Like, yo, be grateful because what we got was just a timeless piece of work. I remember when I like was younger, like growing up, right? There was certain projects, certain artists. Like I feel that way about Kanye West. Almost every one of his projects. There's artists that make music that is genuinely timeless, and I feel like we're constantly we're in an era right now where timeless is not the goal. With a lot of music, it just ends up being very like trendy. We talked about it last episode. I don't mean to reiterate, but I kind of always like it. All brings, you know, it all comes down to this conversation. But a lot of artists make timeless music, so much so that I feel like you don't need to give the world anymore. I feel like you've created what will feed the world, right? And from now on, you don't even have to release anything. If you want to keep creating for yourself, you know, by any means. But like Earl Sweatshirt has genuinely for years given us so much like digestible, like slowly digestible content, music, art, just beauty, interviews, like everything, right? I feel like there's like records that you could just kind of build in pyramids or whatever, like of information of music, like that artists have created that can genuinely feed generations. Like that's how I feel. Like he doesn't need to create another project, and I'm so happy he's collabing with so many like groups. I think Earth Gang, he dropped a project, and what I love about that Earth Gang project is there's 2 albums in one. Half the album is Tebe, and then the other one is Mike. Amazing. Y'all gotta go listen to it. I haven't fully listened to it. I'm not even gonna act like I have, but I listened to some songs, and what I heard was amazing. But yeah, guys, just check that out. You know, tune in to that new project. Let me actually look up the name so I can give you the name for it. But hold on now. Oh, it's Surf Gang, not Earth Gang. I'm so sorry. It's called um Pompeii slash utility. It's still not out yet. So apologies. It will be releasing tomorrow. Okay, it's come. Perfect timing. I'm glad we have a show on Thursday because so many projects drop on Fridays. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see dropping a single tomorrow too, but yeah, like there's a lot of projects right now, just coming on Friday. So just stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Let me know how we'll talk about it next week about how we like it, cause I don't have time to listen. Man, I lost my train of thought. Oh like Frank Ocean. I feel like this might be a funny one, but it's crazy to say. But The Weeknd can retire. This is a hot take. The Weeknd can retire with the amount of music that he's created. This most recent project, I've heard that he's going back to his old sound. I can't speak too much on The Weeknd, right? And I'm making that big, bold claim because from what I've been surrounded with, I feel like I have friends who listen to The Weeknd heavily. And, like, I don't know. I want to chime in and have my buddy Jair actually give his 2 cents on the situation. But I feel like some discographies are so solid and concrete that I feel like they don't need to be tampered with, like added to, you know. Surf Gang, my bad. Earth Gang, sorry, Surf. I was close, but yeah, dang. What and how you discover a song? That's another important thing that makes it good or bad for per person, right? There's moments like you share a song with a person that you can't really go back and listen to, or there's songs you find watching a movie recommended by a friend, heard in the car, on the radio. Of course, I don't find music on the radio. I haven't in the past if I'm driving with like a family member who has the radio playing, but I usually all my buddies, we all got aux or Bluetooth or something, so always listening to what we like. But in that way, I don't know. My favorite way to, like, what's your guys' favorite way to find a song? My favorite personally is in a movie, because I think in the movie it portrays like the beauty of that song. It kind of like it elevates it. I've rediscovered music that way. I've been like, wait, is that what I think it is? Like, what's that song? What's that movie? Lost in Translation. I love Lost in Translation. I had my slow dive phase early high school. I want to say pretty early high school, right? And I hadn't like listened to or like shoegaze / slow dive, My Bloody Valentine, all that. I love shoegaze, right? But I hadn't tapped into shoegaze like in a while, and then I watched Lost in Translation. I want to say like a year and a half ago. Beautiful movie. I recommend it for sure. And a lot of the soundtrack is shoegaze, and it's so like beautiful, especially with the cinematography of that film. Like, you guys you gotta see it. You know what I'm saying? Like being in like a Tokyo lit up, like the karaoke scene was beautiful. Like these like sets that they had were so like creative and crafty and like intertwined with such a like introspective story that like really questioned people. And like, I don't know, it was like moments in the film that like I felt so immersed in the movie that like I was asking myself the questions that like the characters were asking each other. Like moments where I was like, what if I was in that situation? What would I, like if I was set up next to like next to this character, and they were telling me these things. Like, how would I respond? Like, what would I say? You know what I'm saying? Um, it's just a good movie, and on that note as well, I wanted to talk about the Doom Generation, another great movie. The plot is a little freaky, a little creepy, a little weird. But the symbolism and the overall visual aesthetic of the film was just so beautiful. Um, man, I'm blanking. I'm really blanking right now. Um, gosh. Um, what is it? Oh, no, no, no. I don't even want to like be wrong. The director, Greg Araki. I was way off. I was gonna say some crazy stuff. Greg Araki is such a great director. He's been known for he made, I think, Mysterious Skin as well. Um, what else? He's made let's see, I'm trying to find some song like some films that you guys might have. Nowhere. I haven't seen Nowhere yet. I really want to watch it. Totally effed up. I really want to watch this on my list. But these films are very explicit in what they like display, and it's very like I don't know like erotic film, but I think that's how he plays with the world because it's the freedom of sexuality, and that's kind of his message